In 2025, your personal data is more valuable than gold, and honestly, most people are giving it away for free without even realizing it. Every click, every login, every app you install is a potential data point, and companies are building these incredibly detailed profiles about you. This isn't some far-off dystopian future, it's happening right now, and the stakes are, well, higher than ever. The good news is, you don't have to be a passive participant in this. You can actually take control. Are you making these 7 dangerous privacy mistakes online? It's incredibly easy to slip up, even if you think you're being careful. These aren't obscure, highly technical vulnerabilities I'm talking about. These are common habits that many of us have fallen into, often just for the sake of convenience. But that convenience can come at a steep price when it comes to your digital security and personal information. We're going to break them down, one by one, so you can see exactly where the pitfalls lie. Stick with me till the end, and I'll show you not only what you're doing wrong, but how to fix it immediately with free tools and smarter habits. We're not just about identifying problems here. We're about practical, actionable solutions that you can implement today. By the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer picture of your online privacy posture and the simple steps you can take to significantly improve it. So let's get into it. So first up is a classic, but it's still incredibly prevalent in 2025, using the same password everywhere. I get it, memorizing dozens of unique, complex passwords feels impossible. But here's the thing, if just one of those services you use gets breached, and breaches happen all the time, even to major companies, then attackers don't just have the password for that one account. They have the key to potentially every single account where you've reused that password. It's like giving a burglar the master key to your house, your car, your office, and your safety deposit box all at once. Suddenly, a minor breach at a small forum you signed up for years ago could lead to your email, banking, and social media accounts being compromised. It's a massive domino effect waiting to happen, and it's entirely avoidable. The fix here is straightforward and thankfully pretty easy to implement. Use a password manager. Seriously, this is non-negotiable in 2025. Tools like Bitwarden, which is open source and offers a fantastic free tier, or Proton Pass, which comes from the security-focused team behind ProtonMail, are game changers. These applications generate incredibly strong, unique passwords for every site you use and securely store them for you. All you need to remember is one master password to unlock the manager. They integrate with your browser, fill in credentials automatically, and make the entire process of using unique passwords virtually seamless. It might take a little setup, but the peace of mind and security boost are, honestly, immeasurable. Alright, mistake number 2 is all about convenience, but it's a convenience that comes with some pretty significant privacy strings attached. Logging in with Google or Facebook everywhere. That little button saying continue with Google or log in with Facebook is tempting, right? It saves you from creating yet another account and remembering another password. But what's really happening behind the scenes? Essentially, you're giving these tech giants a direct line of sight into your activity on a vast number of other websites and services. They get to see what you're signing up for, what services you're using, and this data gets added to the already massive profile they have on you, which is then used for targeted advertising and who knows what else. Beyond the tracking, there's also a central point of failure. If your Google or Facebook account gets compromised, and it happens more often than you'd think, attackers could potentially gain access to all the other accounts you've linked via that social login. It's putting a lot of eggs in one basket. So what's the smarter move? Whenever possible, create independent logins for each service using a unique email address. Email aliases are great for this. And, of course, a strong unique password generated by your password manager. Some services also offer sign-in with Apple, which has a stronger privacy focus by allowing you to hide your real email. It takes a few extra seconds, but it dramatically reduces your data trail and compartmentalizes your risk. Next up, let's talk about app permissions. This is something many of us just click through without a second thought, especially when we're eager to start using a new app. That little pop-up asks for access to your microphone, camera, location, contacts, storage, and we often just hit allow across the board. But in 2025, that's a recipe for oversharing your data. Does that new photo editing app really need access to your microphone and contacts? Does that simple utility app need to know your precise location at all times? Probably not. Granting unnecessary permissions means you're giving apps the ability to collect data they don't need for their core functionality, data that can be sold, misused, or exposed in a breach. The fix here is to become an active manager of your app permissions. Both iOS and Android have robust settings menus where you can see exactly which apps have access to what. Take some time, seriously, schedule it if you have to go through your installed apps and audit these permissions. Apply the principle of least privilege. An app should only have access to the data and features it absolutely needs to do its job. If a flashlight app is asking for your contacts, that's a huge red flag. Revoke anything that seems excessive or unnecessary. For new apps, be critical about the permissions they request during setup. Don't just blindly accept. Think about why they might need that access and deny it if it doesn't make sense. Alright, so this one's a biggie, especially if you're often working or browsing on the go not using a VPN on public Wi-Fi. Think about it. Coffee shops, airports, hotels, libraries. These networks are super convenient, but honestly, they're often unsecured or just poorly secured. When you connect to public Wi-Fi without a VPN, your internet traffic can be visible to anyone else on that network, or even to the network operator themselves. This means sensitive information such as your login credentials, financial details, or even private messages could potentially be intercepted. It's what's known as a man-in-the-middle attack, and it's surprisingly easy to pull off on an open network. Basically, you're kind of broadcasting your data in the clear. So how do you protect yourself? Use a virtual private network, or VPN. A reputable VPN encrypts all of your internet traffic, creating a secure tunnel between your device and the VPN server. This means, even if someone could snoop on the public Wi-Fi network, all they'd see is scrambled, unreadable data. When choosing a VPN, go for privacy-first options. I often recommend services like ProtonVPN, which actually has a pretty decent free tier for basic use. Mulvad, which is known for its strong privacy stance and anonymous payment options, or HaveIBeenPwned. Look for VPNs with a strict no-logs policy, strong encryption protocols, and servers in jurisdictions with good privacy laws. It's a small step, but it adds a huge layer of security when you're out and about. Social media is designed for sharing, but mistake number 5 is oversharing, treating your public or semi-public profiles like a private diary. In 2025, the amount of personal information people willingly post online is still staggering, and it can have real-world consequences. Sharing things like your full birth date, your home address, even implicitly through geotagged photos, your daily routines, your kids' school information, or detailed vacation plans, can make you a target for everything from identity theft and social engineering attacks to, in worst-case scenarios, physical threats like burglary while you're away. Scammers and malicious actors are adept at piecing together bits of information from various posts to build a surprisingly complete picture of you. The solution involves a two-pronged approach, tightening your privacy settings and being more mindful about what you post. Dive into the privacy settings of all your social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, all of them. Limit who can see your posts, your friends list, and your personal information. Be very selective about friend requests. More importantly, cultivate a habit of thinking before you share. Ask yourself, does this really need to be public? What are the potential risks if the wrong person sees this? Avoid posting sensitive details, be vague about your location if you're sharing in real time, and maybe wait until you're back from that amazing vacation to post all the photos. A little discretion goes a long way in protecting your digital and physical safety. Alright, let's talk browsers. Many people use Google Chrome, and while it's a fast and capable browser, its default configuration isn't exactly a champion of privacy, especially considering Google's business model. Mistake number 6 is using Chrome, or frankly, any browser, without essential privacy-enhancing extensions. Out of the box, you're pretty exposed to a barrage of trackers, scripts, and cookies that follow you across the web, building a detailed profile of your browsing habits for advertising networks and data brokers. These trackers can slow down your browsing, consume extra data, and, most importantly, compromise your privacy by creating a shadow profile of your interests, purchases, and online behavior. It's kind of like walking through a mall with dozens of salespeople silently noting every store you glance at. The good news is, arming your browser is free and easy. There are a few key extensions I pretty much always recommend. First, uBlock Origin. This isn't just an ad blocker, it's a wide-spectrum content blocker that stops ads and a huge number of trackers, speeding up page loads and cleaning up your web experience. Second, Privacy Badger from the EFF. It specifically learns to block invisible trackers that follow you without your consent. Third, Clear URLs. This neat little extension automatically removes tracking elements from URLs, so when you click or share a link, you're not inadvertently passing along tracking tags. Installing these takes just a few minutes, and they work silently in the background to give you a significantly more private and less annoying browsing experience. And finally, mistake number 7, not checking if your personal information has been exposed in data leaks or breaches. In 2025, data breaches are, unfortunately, a common occurrence. We hear about them in the news all the time. Big companies, small companies, government agencies, no one is immune. When a service you use is breached, your data, which could include your email address, passwords, phone number, date of birth, and more, can end up in the hands of cyber criminals. This information is often bought and sold on the dark web and can be used for identity theft, phishing attacks, or to attempt to access your other online accounts, especially if you're still reusing passwords. Ignoring this is like knowing there was a break-in on your street but not checking if your own locks are secure. So what's the proactive step here? There's an excellent free resource called HaveIBeenPwned, run by security researcher Troy Hunt. You simply go to HaveIBeenPwned.com and enter your email addresses. Yes, all of them that you use for online accounts. The site will check your email against a massive database of known data breaches and tell you if your information has been compromised and in which breaches. If you find your email listed, don't panic, but do take action. For any affected accounts, immediately change your password to something strong and unique. Hello again, Password Manager. And critically, enable two-factor authentication, or 2FA, wherever it's offered. 2FA adds an extra layer of security, requiring a second form of verification beyond just your password, making it much harder for attackers to gain access, even if they have your credentials. So, how many of these mistakes were you making? Be honest. Maybe it was just 1 or 2, or maybe this video was a bit of an eye-opener. The reality is, in our increasingly digital lives, these slip-ups are easy to make. The goal here isn't to feel bad, but to recognize where we can improve and take those simple, effective steps to better protect ourselves. Every little change adds up to a much stronger privacy posture. Comment below with the number, and let's all help each other stay safer online. Share any other tips you have or any tools you've found useful. The more we talk about this stuff and share knowledge, the more resilient we all become against these pervasive threats to our personal information. Building a community around digital safety helps everyone, and your insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear to make a positive change. If this helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech tips that protect your privacy and save your time in 2025. We're all about making tech work for you, not against you. And a big part of that is understanding how to navigate the digital world safely and intelligently. Thanks for watching. Stay secure out there. See you in the next one.